Good evening, friends. Today we have Sandeep Phogat on avid SSRian and working in Australia with us, who's got a very popular channel called the Phogat Films, is it? The Sandeep Films, yes.
Yep.
And he's a very popular figure in that side of the world. A lot of people follow him, and he's one of those few who takes the trouble to give you at least the truth. Whereas you'll find a lot of gossip going around, but he takes the trouble of digging deep into whichever stories he does. So thank you, Sandeep, for joining us.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me. And
Yeah.
it's not a popular channel, but yes, we do talk about SSR, and we try to make sure that this moment doesn't die, and we try to
Yeah,
keep it alive.
yeah. Sandeep is very humble when he says it's not popular, but everybody knows him very well now as a very popular YouTuber. Yeah. Okay, Sandeep. So what I thought was we could start on, since you were probing into the Steve Pinto story, friends. Steve Pinto was one of Disha's closest friends, and we don't know whether he died in an accident, whether he's alive or he's been killed. But before dying or before he disappeared, he did send some messages, which had some coded words which were meant to inform people how Disha died. So at that time, it was very puzzling because we really didn't know what actually happened to Disha. Friends, you would know that the Mumbai police were very cunning. What they did was that in Disha's case, when Sushant died, they just ran a small news somewhere in between saying that his business manager died by committing suicide from the top floor of her house, and nobody actually looked into it till all of us started probing, and we found out that there was a very strong link between the two deaths. And that's how we started delving into the stories. And just like Sandeep has been looking into the Steve Pinto angle, we've also been doing our research on it. So Sandeep, if you don't mind, I'll just tell you what we came up with and what were the other versions that also were there.
Sure.
Okay. So one of the versions, Sandeep, was that which said that Disha was very disturbed with her work, that she was managing Sushant's business, and that Salman and his brothers. This is a version, okay? It's not my version. It is another
Yep.
version. That Salman and his brothers and Suraj Pancholi were asking her for details about Sushant's work, and Ria was trying her best to convince Disha to be on her side, like Shruti Modi. She had
Yep.
she and Then Disha was forced to attend the party at a lady producer's house, a party attended by big names, big actors and politicians and activists, where she saw a minor being treated badly or some drug dealings. Okay, she called Sushant and told him, and he told her to escape with the minor. She called her friend and they escaped with the girl. Now, it is said that the gang got scared and angry. So they went after her. And Disha told Sushant, who in turn would have perhaps told Ria, and from there it would have gone to Mahesh Bhatt, who would have then asked her to leave the flat with all his documents and gadgets. The same night, Disha was supposed to have been gang raped and killed, while the minor would have managed to escape. Now, here, friends, I would like to tell you one thing. I remember, a verified Twitter account called News Nation. News Nation had tweeted in Hindi that a witness had said at the party that Disha attended on 7th night, she was gang raped by 4 people. Minutes later, the tweet was removed, Sandeep. And I still have the tweet with me. Okay. So just minutes after they put this, and this is a verified Twitter
That's from
handle.
News Nation, did you say?
News Nation, yes. News Station.
Okay.
So immediately they removed it. Okay, and so the photograph they showed was of Disha, and another photo of Paramveer getting out of a van. So I still have that in case anybody wants to know what it was about. So now coming back to Sandeep. Sandeep, see, we know that one thing is that he has disappeared. Steve Pinto, like many of Sushant's friends, and some died and some not traceable. Why do you think? Why do you think he was killed? You can now tell me your version, because I think you've been digging deep into it. So if you could tell us what exactly you have come across.
So we did a session yesterday on decoding like most of his tweets, whatever I could
Yes.
gather from internet. So I
Yeah.
tried to grab all those tweets, and then we talk about this yesterday in 2 hours long session, and we discuss a lot of stuff there. And we doing part two after your session there as well. But what we have came up is there was clear indication of one thing I can say. He was talking about one of the party happened on 7th of June,
Yes.
and he mentioned in his hashtag
Yeah.
Hare Ram. Oops, sorry,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gimbal is just not behaving. Hang on. Yep, it's better now.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that the Hare Rama Hare Krishna
Bungalow.
hashtag in there. I think that hashtag was related to one of the farmhouse or house of what we found out about. Could be linked to Ekta Kapoor because Krishna, that's their house. We're just saying, like, we're not blaming anyone. We're just
Yeah.
guessing,
What it
what
is.
it could be. And then he mentioned that police took hotel. Then he mentioned a hotel name. So that hotel was very close to that Krishna farmhouse or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That were very close. And in next to it, he mentioned, I don't remember the place name. Yesterday we talked about that, but the place name he mentioned that they might buy the police or bribe the police. So he's mentioning, so we connected those 2 3 tweets where he mentioned something happened there, then police took him or someone with him or these old people to that hotel, and then after someone rich lady who was thin then become
Citizen.
fat.
Somebody saying Citizen Hotel.
Citizen Hotel, yes, Citizen Hotel, but I was talking about this police station.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't remember now, but yeah, people will tell us here. So that hotel, and he clearly mentioned there that there was one lady who tried to send him a message, and he said, "I have proof." So she tried to, bribe him and then say, "You need to shut your mouth." And then he mentioned that
Yeah.
that language
Yeah.
as well. That yeah, they tried to buy him, but the thing is, he did not fall into that trap. So he mentioned clearly there that yes, she tried to buy me, and then he mentioned many times who become from fat to thin or thin to fat in couple of his tweets. So basically, he's indicating one of the lady. He said this lady is very rich. If we connect to Krishna, that farmhouse or that big villa, is he talking about Ekta Kapoor,
Yeah.
or is he talking about some politician lady? Maybe that was there as well. Also, he mentioned about Dalvi. So they were Dalvi couple, and when I dig into that Dalvi, she was fashion designer. She's a fashion designer, and she hosted a session of mental health awareness, and she had a photo of Sushant Singh Rajput in that as well.
And I think she's married to a politician.
So that's what we thought. But when we check in her Insta account, we
Yeah.
found that Dalvi is someone else, maybe not politician. So I think there is a confusion.
Okay.
And then he mentioned another name, Supriya. We thought, Supriya is not Sharad Pawar's daughter because her daughter name is something else.
Yeah.
But when we tried to search, we found that maybe before marriage, her name was Supriya.
Yeah.
So we were trying to dig into that one. And basically, what's his tweets indicating, if we are going on right track, basically Sharad Pawar, Ekta Kapoor, or some other lady. I don't know which lady was it. Maybe Smita Thakur. Could be. I don't know. Look, we haven't found that name in his tweets or in his hashtags, but basically he's mentioning about a powerful lady. That's why we always talk when we talk about Sushant Singh Rajput as well, that a big lady, a rich lady, powerful lady
Yeah.
involved in maybe Disha and
Mm,
SSR as well.
mm,
That's our case.
yeah. Yeah. So putting these things together, Sandeep, what are your findings? What do you think would have happened, on the seventh night? Could you tell us if you could put it together?
I think quite similar to what you have just said.
The
That
version, yeah.
yeah, there was party going on, and there was a minor girl and raped. Also, he mentioned in his hashtag boom. Boom is related to I think Shovik Chakravarti or someone, because we have seen in some of his tweets or Instagram posts he mentioned boom as well.
Yeah.
Did he talk about boom referring to Shovik Chakravarti, or he's mentioning about drugs?
Mm.
So he mentioned couple of people name there, like a young leader, and then he mentioned NCP. So he mentioned quite few people name there that they were in that party. So basically, what we have heard about this minor girl thing, I think rape was happened there.
Mm.
Yes, Jeera Soda. Jeera Soda, if we connect to, I think it's Sahil Chaudhary,
Mm.
not
Mm.
Sahil Khan,
Mm.
some brand.
Mm.
And he mentioned that she was given Jeera Soda,
Mm.
and it was poison.
Oh.
There was poison in it.
Mm.
So basically, I believe what you have said about the 7th of June, I think same thing that could have happened there.
Mm.
But about killing her on 7th, maybe I'm not sure. Maybe
Oh.
she gone from there, and then
Mm.
after that incident happened,
Mm.
they maybe took her to somewhere else
Mm.
and then kill it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
we are not sure.
Mm. See,
Mm.
actually, Sandeep, see, if you had watched the ZTV interview with her mother very clearly said that
Mm.
Disha was very upset and she was very anxious in the days before she went, and she was very anxious because she was not getting the projects that she wanted. She was planning to get Ranveer Singh's business as well, and some other
Mm.
business as well, because she
Mm.
was handling actors.
Mm. Yes,
So
yes.
it's apparently she was not getting it, and hence she was getting upset. And she told her mother that very clearly. She was in her mother's house very clearly that she didn't want to go to the party. Okay, but
Yes,
then
I saw that. Mm.
yeah, but then her friends forced her, and so her mother said, they see, are you going? So she said, I'm not, I don't want to go, but they're forcing me. And
Mm.
then she was supposed to prepare dinner for her mother and father, but she could not because her friends came and they honked the horn, so she had to rush down.
Right.
So perhaps the people who came to pick her was her boyfriend Rohan, and maybe some other friends over there.
Yep.
Okay, but also there were some other links, if you remember, in Republic. Arnab had interviewed Rashmi also
Yes,
from
yes.
the television
Hmm.
industry, and she had said that she had told her to come for the party, and they were planning to go to some holiday after that. So some interlinking conversation was also there, because we all know that Rashmi is very close to Ekta Kapoor.
Yes.
So perhaps she was also there at the party, as many others. And then you remember there's another clue, Sandeep. See, there were no photographs of the party at all. Normally, Ekta is the type that she will flash all the photographs, all
Yeah.
PR material everywhere. Even
Yeah.
if she gets even a empty wall, she'll put all the photographs there.
Yeah.
So in this case, she didn't do it. Okay, and the only photograph we found of her is in Manish Malhotra's Instagram, where she is seen with him, and behind is Karan Johar.
Yeah.
So that shows that they were also there at the party. You see?
Yes. Yes. I think when we talk about Desai, yeah,
Hmm.
Rashmi
Yes.
Desai. So when we
Yeah.
talk about Rashmi Desai and we saw the interview, we could clearly sense it that
Yeah.
Rashmi knows something which she
Yeah.
can't tell or she
Yes.
don't want to tell.
Yes.
So, which link to what you have just said, that
Yeah. Yeah.
she might be there. She's a good friend
Yeah.
of Ekta Kapoor, and she
Yes.
knows a lot of
Yes.
stuff. And
Yeah.
maybe that's why. One thing, if you
Yeah.
try to connect here,
Yeah.
because she knows something,
Mm.
and she was at Ankita Lokhande's party as well,
Yeah.
and there was a photo and video came out.
Yeah.
It looks like that accidentally
Yeah.
Sandeep Singh came into the frame,
Yes.
but to
Uh,
me, she
uh,
did it intentionally to
yeah.
show to public, because she
Yeah.
can't come out and say anything because she might get killed as well. But
Yeah.
she wanted to show to public that this guy is here, and she
Yeah.
know that guy is suspicious as well.
Uh. So you think that Ankita would be, sort of innocent
Um,
or in a trap?
maybe if look, we what when we talk about Sandeep Singh, we definitely talk about that he knows a lot of stuff. Otherwise, all of a sudden, after 10 months, why he will come there? He try to control SSR sister, and grab all these Aadhaar card and everything to complete the process. So
Yeah.
definitely he knows.
Mm.
Maybe he don't know about Disha's Disha's death, but
Mm.
definitely he knows about SSR.
Mm.
100% he knows something. That's what I think.
Mm.
So that's why the Rashmi
See,
Desai,
but
yeah.
you remember Sandeep that Sandeep Singh,
Hmm.
you know, you mean they did this film with Aishwarya Rai, that one where
Sarabjit?
Sarabjit, yes.
Yeah.
And you see photographs with her and Disha also because Disha was managing her. Sandeep knows her well. This
Yeah.
is a different thing because see, Kwan was
Yeah.
managing
If
all
you
of them.
connect that,
Kwan,
yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
Kwan and Cornerstone, these
Hmm.
people are all
Hmm.
interlinked.
Hmm.
Okay, she was working in Cornerstone, and in Cornerstone, who is there? Salman Khan's brothers, brother-in-law is working there. So everything is linked. Okay.
Yeah.
See, another thing that is very surprising is that, Sandeep, after the post-mortem, what they said was that there was a very deep wound under her lips or her mouth, into the skull. Okay.
Hmm.
So perhaps there was torture also, perhaps she was tortured. And another this thing was, the watchman at the building had said certain things, that
Yes.
somebody had come in a car, a big car, and there was a lot of sound and things and all that. So perhaps a body was planted there, because if the body fell from up, there would have been a lot of blood.
Yes.
There was no blood.
Yeah.
So and then the boyfriend took about so many minutes to come down, say about 25 minutes or 30 minutes to come down. Why did he take so much time to come down? And then why
Yeah.
was the watchman changed? The
Hmm.
watchman who was there, why was he changed?
He cannot
You
be
know?
found now.
Yeah.
We don't know where he is. And the very interesting thing, and we always talk about this, she was not a long jump champion that she
Yeah.
will,
Land.
jump that far away
Uh,
from her balcony,
yeah.
and then she will fall
Yeah.
like too far from where she is supposed to fall.
Yes. Yes.
Plus, there is
Uh,
no blood. Some witnesses mentioned that there were no clothes on her body
clothes.
at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, there was a mark
Yeah.
under her lips as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was one story, I think it was planted. Some
Mm.
news channel has shown there was an interview from the guy
Yeah.
who did not want to come on TV, but
Yeah.
he called. You remember that one,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
went there and then we did this and then
Yeah. Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So to me that sounds totally crap. I don't
Yeah.
believe that thing, because
But
he was. Hmm.
something very strange, Sandeep. See, even in Janvi Kukreja's case, you will find that, see, Janvi also had a similar wound under her, near her mouth, which
Hmm.
went into the skull. So, somewhere I feel, again, this is my journalistic
Hmm.
mind saying
Hmm.
that this was a drug frenzy. There could have been a drug frenzy where they killed her,
Yeah.
whoever.
Yep. You're right.
So in that frenzy, they could have done anything. See, a woman like Janvi got about say 43, 44 wounds to her body,
Hmm.
and the
Hmm.
dog and the police say that she was not sexually molested. How do you know?
Yep.
I mean, did we get the postmortem report of Janvi Kukreja, or did is there any other proof? No. So here also in Disha's case, there is no proof except for the postmortem, this thing that came late.
Yep.
You know?
I think when we talk about Janvi Kukreja as well, her mom is still looking for justice. She knows
Yes.
something. which hasn't come out in the news yet. I
yeah,
heard something that she's trying to get the justice, but
yeah,
definitely she knows something. Maybe she don't want to tell, or
yeah,
she can't tell.
yeah.
There is something. I don't know if
Mm,
somebody should reach out to her. I don't have contact details. Otherwise, I would have asked. But
yeah.
definitely there is something again, and
uh,
all these things happening only in Mumbai. And
yes,
Mumbai, these three bandars sitting there and then
yes.
ruling. So people scared of them, and they don't want to do anything. Like same
Mm,
thing happened. I don't want to divert the
mm,
topic, but same thing happened just in Bengal.
mm,
After they won the election, they burning the house. So
yes.
they scared of getting killed
Mm,
just by saying that who did what. So definitely there is a Janvi Kukureja, and as you mentioned, this is Salyan SSR case. Drug is the main thing which is involved, and
mm,
we just mentioned about drug. And Steve Pinto, on one of his posts on Instagram, he mentioned a fish name, and he mentioned Kolkata,
mm,
Mumbai,
mm,
Dhak.
mm,
Maybe he was trying to say Dhaka.
mm,
He was trying to mention that inside the fish, maybe they smuggling drugs
mm,
in there. So
mm,
he was mentioning about. So he knows a lot of stuff, and
mm,
how he knows,
mm.
because he was a good friend of Disha, and
Yeah.
Disha came to know about this as well. Then Disha had a chat to SSR as well. Then SSR came to know as well. So see how these connected.
Mm,
And there
mm.
was another, I think, couple more people who died, and then they said it was a road accident. But
Yeah,
definitely these old people, because they had a group of these people where they share,
yeah,
details with each other.
yeah.
And as soon as they found maybe Disha's phone,
Mm,
they found that Disha's phone, who she has called in these last days, these
yeah,
these
yeah,
people, they tried to
yeah,
contact these people. Maybe that's why SSR knew about it. He wanted to do press conference. Other people who knew about it, uh, they scared that they're gonna tell someone, and that's why they start killing those people and then kill everyone.
yeah. Also, there's another, this thing also that Steve Pinto was working on something to do with children, isn't it? So was it about child trafficking? Because all these people who died had an idea about child trafficking. All these people, whether it was Manmeet or all the other friends that Sushant had, they were all linked in some way to the child trafficking and drug issue. So perhaps Steve also knew about it.
I think that's a second thing what we were discussing yesterday. One thing is about the drugs,
Mm,
when they smuggling from Chennai to Kolkata to Mumbai,
mm,
or in the fish containers.
mm.
Maybe they have
They,
those minor girls
mm,
or other people, human trafficking, child trafficking, whatever they were doing.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
we had a lot of points where we talk about this child trafficking thing, and
mm,
we never get a clue. But if we look deep into these hashtags, maybe he was trying to talk about child trafficking,
yeah.
human trafficking, organ trafficking. Yeah.
Also, another thing I wanted to ask you, Sandeep, see, it sounds rather weird, but see, a lot of these film
Hmm.
Bollywoodies,
Hmm.
they don't have their own children. They all adopt children, you know. So whether you're talking about everyone, Sushmita, or you're talking about Karan Johar, you're talking about Ekta
Ekta
Kapoor,
Kapoor, Tushar Kapoor.
Tushar, yeah, yeah. So there is something really very wrong here. I don't know. See, I mean, they could all be, perhaps they're not fertile, or they can't have children, or they want foreign children as their children. We really don't know. But there's something even odd there as well, Sandeep.
Hmm.
Something that we noticed, that there's a spurt of adopted children. You know,
Uh,
you know.
I don't know. Look, these people have a very different mentality. What I think, they want to have these, you know, gore kids,
Uh,
because they don't want Shah Rukh Khan's. Look at Shah Rukh Khan's daughter
yeah, yeah.
and his son. You will see the difference. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Same with the Karan Johar. You look
yes.
at Ekta Kapoor, and you look at everybody else. So
Yeah, yeah,
these people, I don't know why they maybe, I don't know if they hate Indian kids or what it is, but
yeah,
definitely you're right that they
yeah,
don't like, and they don't want any more Indian kids. That's why they're going abroad, or in whichever process they're getting these, other child. People from foreign, like other countries, they come to India to adopt child.
Yeah.
They are going there, or whatever the process they are following, they getting, I don't know what kind of mentality they have, and that's why, they don't care when they talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
any religion or
Yeah.
any caste, or any, when they have to defame prime
Yeah.
minister or anyone. They don't care. They just, I don't know what kind of world they're living. Even I was thinking one thing. It's a bit bad, but maybe they have a group of these couple, like married couple. um they go to parties, I don't know what they do, and whenever they see maybe one bachelor, either a guy or a girl, they come and they start to have affair with one of those. If they have with each other
Yeah.
in their group, that's fine. You know what it's called, the each other, that's fine. But when they see someone is trying to get into that circle, get into circle is fine, but affair and these kind of thing, they start attacking that person. And we have seen that, especially with the when how many Ritik Roshan, uh, Shah Rukh Khan, these even Abhishek Bachchan, Aishwarya. I don't trust all these couple. I think they have these kind of thing which we normally see in foreign culture,
Yeah.
because they're trying to adopt everything from foreign, and they're trying to defame our religion and doing
Yes.
these
Yes.
kind of things. I won't be surprised if one day we find out they do these swap kind of
Yeah,
thing.
while
Yeah,
swap. Yeah, while swap.
yeah, yeah.
Again, Sandeep, getting back to the same thing, we were talking about Steve Pinto. You remember? See, I don't know whether you read a tweet by Kirit Somaya, who's a politician in Maharashtra. He had spoken about a certain area in Mumbai where about 25 or 21 girls, between the age group of 17 to around 40, they
Yep.
were missing, and all around the police area. Okay, so he questioned, where did these women go?
Mm.
Okay, more recently, there was a case where a Mumbai cop, raped another lady, a constable, but that news
Yes.
never came out. It came as a small
His
news,
name
which
was
was
Sandeep something. I don't remember.
uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
and the case was just it was like a slip, as though, just like the Disha news, it was not important at all. How can
Yes.
a how can a policeman rape, when he's
So that was a different
himself?
story. I think they were. So they joined at same police station since 2014. He
Yeah,
said he's gonna get married, and
yeah,
on 1st of April he went to his village and said
yeah,
that my parents are COVID positive and I need to look after. She
yeah,
find out that he's getting married, and then
yeah,
that's what all that happened. After 7 years,
yeah,
she said that definitely he was doing great. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, these
So,
stories,
yeah,
these
if you
news
link
channels
it,
don't cover.
yeah. So if you link it to the fact that, see, how low can Mumbai police stoop? See, you're not catching the missing women, you're not catching the missing children, okay? And all this is happening under your nose,
Yeah.
and you say that, see, nothing happened. Disha committed suicide, Sushant committed suicide. And now we have Kangana also saying that Sushant committed suicide. you know how convenient. Everybody commits suicide, and they can go to sleep after having a glass of milk.
Look, this Mumbai police, it's bad for those people who are genuine, who work really hard. They don't
Yeah,
even take a 1 rupee bribe. It's
yeah,
really bad for them because they belong to Mumbai police. And when they hear all of these things, there is a allegation against Mumbai police, and we always say they always rotten apples, always there, or you can say there is a bad fish.
yeah,
But because of those people, whole police department has to suffer and listen to all this nonsense. Nonsense is only for those people who don't take bribe, but for other people, it's a correct thing.
yeah,
But these whole Mumbai police should come together and talk about those people. Doesn't matter if they are senior or whatever, they need to show some courage and talk to maybe some BJP people, and then talk about this, that okay, we're going to testify, we know this, if they get the protection or if they can move out of Mumbai or whatever. I think it's the peak time when those people, those policemen or any people can come out and testify again these people. That's the only thing at the moment we can think of to get justice against these police, so-called either Parambir Singh, Sachin Waje, or whoever. I think they
Yeah.
need to come forward.
I think recently one constable has taken it up, I think, against Paramveer and around 30 other police. He's filed a case.
Because Maharashtra government pushed him, and they know that he I think because of him he got suspended.
Mm.
And that was kind of a genuine thing as well, that why he got suspended, because he was not happy that in one club, when these club people misbehave with police, and when this police, this ACP or whatever he was, when he tried to put a case against them, and Parambir Singh came into account, and then he said, oh, you can't do this. And there is a recording on internet as well, you can clearly hear that who's gonna save, who is more powerful. So basically it's good that he came out now, because Parambir Singh is not commissioner, he can't do much thing. But I think constable knows a lot of things, especially within SSR and Disha case. If they go to contact Amit Shah or contact someone like Republic Bharat, and if they be given the security, I think it will be a good lead for CBI and for us as well.
Yeah. See, another thing, see, suppose we were to go back to Disha's case, Sandeep. See, Sandeep, she was working, she took over from Shruti Modi, in Cornerstone. I think she was on leave. I don't know what happened, but she substituted Shruti Modi, for some time.
Yes.
And that's how she took Sushant's case, okay, Sushant's business. Now, see, there were many people who were interested in Sushant's accounts. You see,
Yes.
so that is why these people were all digging into it. Whether it was Salman Khan's brother or whoever, they were all digging into it and trying to find out how much money he would have been making.
Yep.
And then it goes, perhaps then from there it goes on to the other things, the whole nexus, the shell companies and the money laundering and I think that's how this Imtiaz also came into the picture. Could you talk about this, Sandeep, a little bit about this?
Yes, so when we talk about this money, I think everybody were after Sushant's money. Even if they take like 50 crores for a movie, they still, when we talk about these things, if something in Hindi saying like जो जिसका जिसके दिल में लालच होता है ना, उसका पेट कभी भी नहीं भरता है. So I think these kind of people.
Yeah. So what he's saying basically is that who's got greed in their stomachs can never be satisfied.
Exactly. So they very greedy, and even if they get 100 crores weekly, they will still be not satisfied, because they get used to these kind of things, crook minds. So they always want to do these kind of things because they enjoy that. This is our power. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Like there was a NRI who put a case against Salman Khan, because they took his land and they put a big gate outside that's in Parnell, what is Parnell, yes, that's where, so they enjoy these kind of things to show the power, to show them that we can do anything we want. But this is the time when people have shown them that you don't have any power, because your power is us. If we are not with you, you are powerless. You only have money, and then what you can do? You can fill those cinema halls. You can put people by giving free tickets. But inside, that people don't like you anymore. People hate you. There's always a new video on internet where people asking showroom or other shops to take off their photos, take off their poster. And when we talk about Imtiaz Khati, definitely look, Sushant's money was taken through this company, and some money was transferred to Riya Chakravarti's account as well. But that money was not enough. she must have got some cash.
Yeah.
And how she must have got cash?
Mm.
Because they were, I mean, her brother.
Mm.
NCB said he's a drug peddler.
Yes.
So
Yes.
maybe they have, some deal like, okay, you will give you cash,
Mm.
you do these drugs thing, you have to give there. You're gonna get, instead of 10 lakhs, you're gonna get 12 lakhs. But
Mm.
once you deliver these things, don't worry, police with us, government with us, this,
Mm.
all you need to do is just deliver that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think sister, brother, they were both involved, and Imtiaz Khatri is, he can't be seen. I don't know where he is now. He's
Mm.
underground
Mm.
or where he is, but definitely 100%
Mm.
he is right hand, left hand, whatever of these Daud gang or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
What else, Sandeep, did you find out about in this case, the Steve Pinto? If you could tell us something more, if there's something more that you'd like.
Yes. So he mentioned that there was some $37 million. I don't know, he was talking about himself, or he was indicating that somebody got that money
Mm.
to shut their mouth. So, and then he mentioned in his post that $37 million,
Yeah.
I can clear this industry. Definitely, he's talking about Bollywood. No poverty, and he can, make India beautiful. So
Mm.
$37 million is, I don't know, in crores and Arab, I don't know what it
Mm.
is,
Mm.
but
Mm.
it's too much money,
Yeah.
$37 million.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why someone will give $37 million to someone
Mm.
just for a murder case?
Yeah.
So I was thinking that overnight, and I thought maybe he's talking about something related to Sushant Singh Rajput, because he was working in that artificial intelligence thing as well.
Yeah.
So was he? So the one project he was, a couple of projects he was working on, I think 7, 8, 10. So was he talking about worth of projects Sushant Singh Rajput was working on?
Mm. You're talking about the apps, AI apps.
AI apps, and he
Yeah.
was working on a lot of other stuff. That's why I think we heard that Sushant Singh Rajput, he wanted to help poor people. He wanted to, clear the poverty, and I think he mentioned something about organic farming as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So that $37 million
Mm.
could be connected to SSR. He know that
Mm.
Sushant Singh Rajput may have, mentioned it to him that that's how much it cost,
Mm.
and that's why it was taken from his. Oh, we're gonna take his money, and also he knows about Disha.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Police is with us, government with us. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
take him off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything would be covered up.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. Hmm.
Yeah. And also, Sandeep, see, as time passes, people are getting more disappointed with the fact that, see, CBI is not saying a word about what's happening. You know, everything else is going smoothly, but not a
Hmm.
word about this. And suddenly, after this COVID thing, even the Hiren Mansukh case has suddenly become a little, you know, quiet. So, what do you think is happening there, Sandeep, from your
Hmm.
thoughts? Your thoughts on that?
I think at the moment, whole country is suffering from COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a real second wave or it's a created one to
Mm.
defame government, because all of a sudden, country like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and so other countries, they have similar kind of, atmosphere. Same amount of, not same amount of people, but depending on
Yeah.
how big the country is,
Yeah.
they do the same thing. They have those, markets where people in, 10 feet area, maybe hundreds of people standing there. Why it did not happen there? Why it's
Yeah.
only happened in India? So maybe they started with Mumbai. And look, if you check the number of cases from Mumbai, Delhi, all those four big cities, most of the cases are from those big cities
Yeah.
where BJP is
Mm.
not ruling. Why this happened?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
they don't care about how many people die. Oh, another 10, 15 people die. As long as we can defame the government, and we can divert, because at the moment, as we have seen, all of those other parties, they were standing besides Mamta Didi, and they were saying, we are with you, we are with
Yeah.
you. And then Sanjay Raut is commenting, and he made a tweet. I don't know, he understand what he's tweeting, but he said, oh, everybody is against Mamta Didi, but don't worry, Mamta Didi will win. Are you serious? Everybody is standing with her. Modi is, Amit Shah ji, they only standing by themselves. And what the hell are you talking about? This guy don't know what he's talking about. Maybe that's why Shiv Sena have added another spokesperson, right? You just take some rest. We know what we need to convey. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think they're trying to divert these things, but agencies knows. I think we need to be patient. If we talk about Sachin Wajah case, they have solid proof. They still need to wait, even if this corona wave did not happen. They still had to wait for those devices data, which they covered from Mithi Nadi, right? So they need to wait for that data. They may have enough evidence, to put him in jail, and some other cases as well. But I think they're going to wait for that. Same thing I mentioned about these Mithi Nadi devices, plus the data. NCB has got 5 terabyte from those other 33 devices. I'm 100% sure there must be something related to SSR case. I think they're waiting for that, plus this thing, because I'm pretty sure, that's what I'm thinking, that Sachin Wajah knows a lot of things. So agencies are waiting for that. It doesn't mean that the agencies doesn't have anything in their hands. It's all about making the case stronger, as strong as they can make. It will be easy for them when they do the trial. If they jump into the trial and then they try to put the charge sheet, and they don't have that solid evidence, because what did they left? Nothing. No evidence. Only circumstantial evidences. So we need to be patient. We need to wait, trust in agencies, because this case is the biggest of all time. Even RVS Mani sir came to our channel a couple of days ago. He mentioned, and he said that yes, it's a clear-cut murder. We need to be patient, and what SSRians are doing, they need to keep doing it. If they're thinking that it's gonna be happening in a moment, it's not going to happen. It's not Crime Patrol. It's not those episodes where we start watching and then within half an hour it's finished. Even in that, they sometimes show 6 months later, and then they show the next scene 5 years later. So we need to wait.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And also, see, another thing that is connected with the Steve Pinto and Disha case is that, see, Rohan Rai was missing for some time. He had gone into hiding somewhere in the south. And then later, he came back and he started being seen in ads.
I think he has testified. That's what I think.
Okay.
Because when we were doing, I don't know when was that, around maybe Feb. I think when CBI was trying to contact him, Feb or Jan, somewhere around that time. When CBI was trying to contact, and if CBI is trying to contact, they will find their way to reach out to him. And after that, we saw him in an advertisement. So definitely CBI must have had chat to him, and he must have testified. And it's not like if he has testified, they're gonna keep him somewhere in the safe house. But they must have said, like, whatever they told you, just say I said this thing, and live your life normal as you're doing it now. And they may have, under 146, or I don't know what section is it, when they record the statement with the magistrate, they must have recorded that statement already. Even if something happened to him, they have that statement there.
Right.
Yeah. So I believe definitely, that's my thinking. I don't know, because I always think positively, that's why. But he must have testified. Same with Siddharth Pithani. I know a lot of people talk about Siddharth Pithani, why he's roaming around freely, why he's not going to jail, blah, blah, blah. But I think we need to wait for the charge sheet. Once the charge sheet is filed, then we will see the clear picture, because in charge sheet, CBI has to mention what they have got, who is going to be the witness, and then we will find out.
Yeah, right. Sandeep, so this was the main issue that we were, discussing today. And what I'd like to tell the viewers is that, see, whenever we get something that we find or do research, we'll come to you and give you this information. There's nothing more that we know about this, so we just have to keep waiting and putting our heads together to find out more information on this, Sandeep, isn't it?
Yep, I believe within 2 months, if this COVID thing doesn't stretch, I
Yeah.
believe within 2 weeks, COVID cases will be in control.
Mm.
And some of the data which they receive from NCB or they will receive from NCB, they will go through that as well. And some new faces will be summoned. And then we will see some action in there. So I'm thinking about 2 months. So
Yeah.
somewhere around 14th June, around that time, we will definitely hear something.
Mm.
Or if they were waiting for BJP's, signal, then now
Yeah.
all four states election are done. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure they're not going to wait for UP election because that's more than a year away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, if they want to do something or to show their frustration or anything, this is the time when they need
Yeah.
to show people that yes, we are on the right track. Even if they file 302
Yeah.
as soon as possible, that will divert, because these parties are diverting thing. If BJP wants to divert the attention they have lost in Bengal, even if it's they have lost, but they have won as well, because they had only 3-4 seats, they
Yeah.
ended up with 70-80 seats.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
still big win for them.
Mm.
But to divert that,
Mm.
yes, win SSRians hurt and the whole India's, to
Yeah.
show them that yes, our agencies are working on the right path.
Judiciously. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Mm.
so people can start believing in agencies, that they don't come up with some false statement. So I think this is the right time for our government to push the agencies if they were waiting for the signal, of course.
Yeah. So, viewers, we'll expect some more patience from yourselves, and keep writing to us, to Sandeep, as well as me. Your comments, your suggestions, and we will work on this. See, if more SSRians work together, there's more strength to the cause, and that's why we keep meeting in these sessions so that we can add our own ideas and whatever research we do together to make this mission strong. Thank you so much,
Exactly.
Sandeep, for
No worries.
the.
And I will request whoever is watching this for first time or many times, if you haven't subscribed Minaji's channel, please do
Thank
that. For the daily news as well, it's not just about Sushant Singh Rajput. Yes, it is. We are together here because of Sushant Singh Rajput, but Minaji, definitely, she got a lot of news maybe before us. So please do subscribe, and then yeah, connected with our channel.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Sandeep,
much, ma'am, for
for joining
inviting me.
me and sharing your information as well. We'll have another session very soon. As soon as we get some more material, we'll join again. Thank you so much, Sandeep, and good
Thank you
night.
so much, ma'am. Thank you. Jai
Good
Hind.
night. Good night.